We got a lot of viewers.
And we are live. Welcome to Anonymous Bites Back, episode 90. And nobody. Oh yeah, they can hear me. I can see, but
90.
They switched all my audio controls on this new update. Yeah, I do apologize for Tuesday. But anyway, so we're at episode 90. I do have some important things to address. So I don't know if any of you guys, any of the viewers are out there, watch Vice. But on November 7th, I think it was November 7th, November 8th-ish, Vice put out a like a two minute mini interview with a guy who says he's one of us. And the title of the video says, "Is Anonymous dead?" And in the interview, I don't know who the fuck they got. They got the back scene looks like some sort of fucking Hollywood set. And the kid that they got for the interview,
B-rated.
The kid that they got for the interview couldn't even take the fucking tag off of his fucking mask. And I'm like, okay. And this kid is claiming that it's his job within Anonymous to shoot down fake Anon videos, and like, I don't know about you, but I don't know any Anons out there that it's their job to be doing that kind of shit. I think they just fucking hired somebody to just put out something for more media coverage. Vice has done almost six episodes that were dedicated to ongoing anonymous operations. Some of which did have some truth to it, and then others is just a lot of hype. But I was kind of surprised to that the Vice would be putting out some shit like that on us.
Yeah, and they used to cover like the Million Mask marches too. They always covered this, and now like days after the march, they claim like Anonymous is dead, even while there are like thousands of people marched in London. So
just because Facebook's deleting accounts, Twitter's account, whatever,
just that
not gone. Yeah.
It's long been aware to me that Vice has completely sold out.
Yeah.
They don't cover anything unless they think it's going to get them views, and they will definitely cover it in a light that they feel appropriate.
Well, Fox News bought them out several years ago.
I thought
say that again.
I believe Fox News bought out Vice several years ago.
It may have not been Fox News, but I do know that someone bought out Vice. Let me see if I can figure that out.
I think HBO still owns them, right?
Oh yeah.
I think they're under the Fox corporate.
Yeah, I think they actually got a huge investment from one of the
Yeah.
So I'm guessing that HBO still owns them, but Fox News invested $70 million into them.
Oh, so that's why they're shooting us down, right?
Oh my god, it's a huge amount.
Not another shooting.
Like, I don't know, like lo and behold, like, I'm not gonna fucking like talk some really bad shit on some anonymous videos, but I do want to emphasize that there are a lot of people that have no affiliations with us, because anybody can claim to be anonymous, that will make anon videos that will make some really big claims. Like everybody in this chat can remember. Do you remember right after Trump got elected, and there was the rebellion video that came out that said that Anonymous was going to march in the streets for 3 months after Trump? Like, that was not made by an anon,
No, of course not. This is these two obvious political stance we really don't take as like an entire collective. Of course, there are people against Trump, against Hillary, or whatever, but it's like this is clearly politically motivated.
I said, Anonymous Chicago. The admin from Anonymous Chicago jumped on board and had a fucking fuck Trump, fucking protest right there. Some anons bought it, but I wasn't buying it. I'm like, this is fucking. All of us know that it's a fucking two-party system, and they're both working for each other. It doesn't matter who the fuck is in the fucking political office.
Yeah, but you know this Anon HQ website even promoted Bernie Sanders, right?
Yep.
I don't want to say anything bad about Bernie Sanders, but they're like literally promoting a political candidate. So
Yeah.
I guess you kind of
Anyway,
have to jump on the wagon with it here in the U.S. I guess.
there was quite a lot of Trump promotion coming out of Anon HQ, and what's fucking excuse me.
Blaze it.
Time to.
Blaze it, don't graze it. It's got a bone in it.
Oh god, I unsubscribed from this channel. So no, there's one fucking Anon channel on YouTube. They still have the Anon logo with the France flag hologram over it.
Oh, yeah, that's official stuff, anonymous official stuff.
There's no official.
Yeah, that should have been the clue right there. Then official.
Yeah, right.
Oh, funny story. So a non-official doxed, or no, wait, non-official doxed Anon HQ or vice versa, and they were posting all of their information publicly.
Oh, they're like both total shit, right?
They're both. They're both. They both. Well, at least in the email when they were shit posting each other, they were. One of them had declared in a previous email that they were doing this for profit. And that's not something that we're about.
So they dox themselves.
Anything called official or HQ, you can just ignore that stuff. It's like it's nothing to do with us at all. They just make money with it, and these videos get a few million views, and they make a lot of cash. And
now you're talking about HQ. They asked me for make a video for them, and I can make money with it. Really? Okay.
Right,
I just posted that video on my channel.
I say hell no. I don't do this. No. Not for them. Not for HQ.
Yeah, I know.
We'll post our videos ourselves. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and they were making the video. They did have a point. That there was some. There was some truth to what the kid was saying, despite how angry I was that they fucking probably hired an actor to do some of this shit. And that they did say that it is fucking like bad OPSEC to fucking have a video out before you're actually doing an op. Which is probably fucking true.
I mean, not necessarily. It depends on what you're doing. You don't put out a video like, hey FBI, I'm going to hack you, for the op, because then they're like, hey, we should beef up our servers.
All right.
Yeah,
they already know they're being hacked anyway. So.
It's the op exposed BPS op. When it started, if any of you guys follow that, we started with the phone campaign, and we kind of marketed it as a phone DDoS. And I recall clearly that the FBI thought that we were going to DDoS their computer servers. So they went and did all these preparations to prepare for the increased bandwidth on the day. And lo and behold, I don't even think anybody pinged their website except, maybe a mom somewhere that was like, what's the fucking FBI's number? I'm getting in on this.
I gotta call the fucking FBI.
But that'll go to show you that if you put something out there that you're going to do something, your enemy will prepare for your attack.
Of course.
Now, if say
not how we did it.
Say you're trying to feed the homeless, it would be kind of important to put that video out before the op took place.
That is true.
Yeah.
But
we used to announce the results and not the targets. So, with some exceptions, like Scientology, which was like a media war, we used to announce the results. Like when there was a takedown, then we would announce these takedowns, and we wouldn't warn them up front.
If you're gonna hack something, just shh until you're done.
Yeah.
That's the best thing for everybody.
I was gonna say the Icarus videos didn't come out until they were in way into it, right?
Well, that was more of a like, we're still not like, this is who we're about to assault. This is like, hey, federal banks, if you want us to stop, you can stop acting stupid.
Yeah, or all of you will go down. Like, yeah, it's simple as that.
For the record, we held up to our end of that bargain. Can I say that on the radio?
Yeah.
No, I hear people ask that all the time.
But so like I really want to get on the show, the interviewer and possibly Vice, sometime in the near future, possibly on this show, and ask them what the fuck was that interview about? Yeah.
Well, but I don't think it was them. I think they were fed like this fake idea. I really think that the whole end game is to make like this super white terrorist called like the anti-Anon Fa, like the big block, like some scary white guy in a hood that's gonna kill you no matter what because you're not a commie. Like, I just think that's it. I think they're creating the new terrorists for the new civil war.
Oh, the Antifa.
But that's
Antifa's the new.
That's what they're trying to do, because the anti-fascists right now are heading up any type of revolutionary action in this country. They are the people that are at the forefront of the resistance. If somebody was rising up in my country, I would probably want to paint them as a terrorist too and turn as many people in the country against them.
Well, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, if you follow any story related to it, anything negative that is coming out about this movement, you can trace back to one of these very root extreme right-wing outlets, the Daily Stormer, InfoWars. Paul Joseph Watson is a big source of these rumors. That's how the whole Antifa November 4th revolution rumor got started. That wasn't even the anti-fascist movement doing that. That was a group called Refuse Fascism.
Yeah,
exactly.
Which is, yes, they're both anti-fascist, but they are not the same. They're not at all.
This is exactly the same what happened in Berlin.
That you hear about when people say Antifa or Antifa if you're a fucking redneck. These guys are, anarchists. Yes, some of them are communists.
I would say a lot of them are communists.
They're fucking libertarians. They're fucking a whole wide array of different political views. It's not just one representation.
Yeah.
Now, when you move over to Refuse Fascism, again, you have a very broad spectrum, but that's largely a lot of like Bernie-crats, Hillary supporters, and they do have a lot of communist backing, because this group was started by another group called Revolutionary Communism.
Revcom, yeah.
Revcom, yeah.
This is exactly what happened in Berlin this summer. This roads, these riots, they were exactly the same. It was not only one, but it's like exactly what you say.
Did you guys see the Now This video that they sent out about Poland? You guys see that?
No.
Oh yeah,
I have not.
Yeah. Well, it was a video, and it showed the Independence Day celebration, which has been going on for 100-something years.
Oh, yeah, and they were saying, yeah, go ahead.
But they had a couple guys in there, a couple rabble-rousers that were all like, yeah, we're Nazis, and they painted the whole celebration as a Nazi festival. And so you have people calling in from Poland being like, no, this is our regular celebration. We don't even know who the fuck those guys are.
But do you know the organization is the right wing? They are, Nazis. For some reason.
Poland?
No,
or
but
the organization that put it on.
The people that organize the protest, not the protest, but the celebrating thing.
I heard that those Nazis, the Nazis that they were claiming at that Poland protest, actually happened 2 years prior, and they're claiming an event that didn't happen at this year's Independence Festival.
Yeah, the people are confused.
Yeah,
but that's interesting that the people are really confused if they're going to celebration that's supposed to be an Independence Day, but it's thrown by right wing I don't know. I guess if they're not extremists, it doesn't matter, right? But
Well, it could just be
I don't know.
plants too,
yeah,
just for a photo op.
that's what the people said. They said, yeah, these guys aren't with us, so we don't know what the hell they are. I don't know.
Someone just recently pulled down a bunch of the Nazi sites too, which has been pretty good.
Huh?
Somebody recently pulled down a bunch of neo-Nazi web pages as well.
Oh yeah.
Group anons.
I guess a Bonnie Matsami is saying, I never knew we supported pedos and anonymous. Actually, Bonnie, we don't.
No.
No,
Now, why would someone say
that's
some
fake
dumb
news.
shit like that?
I don't
That's
know.
fake news. Because they want us to jump. They want pups. They want us to jump and get triggered and go, oh my God, no!
But why do we like talking about Antifa and stuff? It's like an entirely different subject.
Well, that's yet another of these right-wing lies that are coming out of the Alex Jones media group. They're now trying to say that the anti-fascists support pedophilia. Well, what happened
That's
is...
bullshit.
Sorry. Fuck. What happened was they sent a couple of their guys out to a left-wing protest. I don't even know if it was an Antifa protest. It was just some left-wing protest, and they sent some of their guys out with a fucking banner that, I forget what it says, but it was basically along the lines of like support pedophilia. And they jump in the crowd, pull out the banner, get a photo, and then these guys proceed to get their fucking asses kicked. That's the part they don't show you, is the part where they get their asses kicked for jumping in this march with this banner trying to paint these people as pedophiles.
Good.
So now the entire right is running with this narrative that Antifa supports pedophilia, when in fact it's the right that is supporting the pedophilia. You can see this with your own eyes. Just go look. There's this campaign called Boycott Keurig. Now, there's a funny story about... You're probably wondering now, why would boycotting Keurig make you a pedophile? So here's what happened. We have this guy running for Senate down in Alabama. This guy spent the entirety of his 30s molesting the fuck out of teenagers. I'm sure you've heard of him by now. His name is Roy Moore. So Mr. Sean Hannity of Fox News, yeah, I'm sure everyone that listens to this show is familiar with this fucking tool. This guy gets on his show and starts defending this fucking guy, basically because he's a fucking Republican. Because that's what they do on Fox News. If you're a Republican, you can do no wrong. So here comes Hannity to defend the pedophile. Well, the Keurig company decides, we don't want to advertise on your show anymore. You support pedophilia. Now, the right-wingers are in their garages smashing their wives' Keurig that they've already paid for, mind you, that they have already paid for, because they don't get a fucking boycott. They already burned the football jerseys that they already paid for. They seem to go out and buy the things they're boycotting so they can smash them. But yeah, that's how this got started. You don't want to advertise on Hannity? Well, fuck you, boycott. So in a nutshell, you know, they don't want to advertise on a show that supports pedophilia, so the right doesn't want to support them.
They do realize that they're supporting Keurig, right?
Yeah, no, they don't at all. And the funny part is, if you guys know Justin King, he did a little video on this that explains this. With, whoever's got the Family Guy picture. Yeah, that's better.
Troy.
So he breaks it down with like this little comic strip of these guys, you know, going and smashing their Keurig that they've already paid for and everything. And he's like pointing all this shit out. And then he has this little last step involved in the boycott. And it's like, here's the part where your wife gets home and sees that you smashed her Keurig and she's pissed. So now you have to go out to the store and buy another one. Which for a lot of these guys is probably exactly what happened. They probably smashed their wife's coffee maker. Their wife came home and was pissed, and they had to go out to the store and double support Keurig.
Hey, someone is complaining, and he says Moore was a Democrat when he did that.
What does it matter if he's a Democrat or a Republican? Why does that matter whatsoever? It doesn't. The fact is, he molested what was now like 9 girls that have come out.
Well, this is
there's more
also
to
the
come.
tactic. This is also the tactic is to go, oh yeah, he did this, but what about this guy? And like deflect to somebody else. It doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah,
it still happens.
Oh, what happened to this
But
lady's hair,
It's the way it came out, though, too, right before the election. I mean, these are just standard Democrat tactics against their enemy when they're about ready to lose an election. So both sides do this.
Oh, yeah.
Every time. Well, I mean, it's always. I mean, look at all the right-wingers in America right now. These people are. I mean, when the hurricanes hit, it was, look how well Trump handled Hurricane Harvey, and Obama didn't do shit during Katrina. Like, these people are so stuck in the Obama did this, so Trump is God mentality that they can't even wrap their mind around the fact that Bush was president during Katrina.
Right. And okay, so they've gone
terrifying.
They've gone so far. They've gone so far as to take away the ivory ban because Obama put it in effect. Nobody fucking is buying ivory anymore. Nobody does that shit. But yet we're going to reverse that decision just because it was Obama.
Why do you think no one's been buying ivory? Maybe because we had a ban in place?
Yeah.
God, I should have put the camera on. My face was priceless for that.
Yeah.
I'm broke. I should go back to being a fucking extra in movies. I was good at that shit.
Get $150 for a scene.
Oh, no, I got paid good. I'd make like $300 a day.
What? You got paid more than I did? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh, man. It was long fucking hours, dude. Long fucking hours, mind you. It was fucking some work. Dude, I did one scene where I was like dancing for like 9 hours. Like, all right, I go to festivals and shit. Like, I don't dance that hard at festivals. Like, ridiculous. But hey, it's fun.
Has anybody been following the J20 trial that's coming up?
Yeah, very closely. Me because too. I was almost one of those defendants. That's since the trial started Wednesday, that's why I broadcasted a wealth of information revolving around the trial on Tuesday night since we couldn't come on. I didn't want to get on and just babble at the microphone by myself about it.
But yeah. So I was following up what they were doing to DreamHost in August. That's when I started even hearing that there was going to be a trial, and they were the federal government had subpoenaed. I don't care, what political side you guys or whoever migrates to, but this is a big case. This is a big case in protesting in the future. Yeah.
Look, this entire trial is very important for everyone in America who ever wants to have a voice of dissent ever for the rest of our existence, because there's something called precedent, and they use this thing called precedent to define how court cases work in the future. Hold on 1 second.
So now, like if everybody's deemed guilty now based on the evidence, now what was subpoenaed was ridiculous. The fact that the federal government subpoenaed DreamHost and demanded that they give them all of the IP addresses and traffic hypothetically to build cases on people. So let's just say in the future that this becomes policy and blah blah blah, this and that shit. So if you go,
sorry, I'm back, and that's again the point I was going to make. Yeah. And this is not just for the part revolving around DreamHost. This is going to affect how people protest in this country, not just for the Trump administration, but for the Democratic Party that comes behind him, because we go right, left, right, left, right, left every time. So, you Republicans, you right-wingers, and anyone that swings any side to the right who thinks, well, good, fucking punish these anti-fascists that are your political enemy. in 8 years, this is going to be you. It is going to affect you when you decide you want to be dissentful against the next administration. This is terrifying in what it spells out for any future resistance in this country. But yeah, go ahead with the dream host, because this is just one facet of it that'll blow your fucking mind.
Yeah, so
Yeah, no, but that is the bottom line. That when they are requesting this information from these J20 protesters, they can do this from anyone, right? So.
Yep.
Well, so
They can do it from anyone. That means they can decide that anyone connected to the Daily Stormer needs to be subpoenaed in the same way. They can decide anyone who is affiliated, who can be determined to be affiliated with Anonymous on the internet, can be subpoenaed in the same way.
just for visiting
we
a
have a
website.
website, Anonymous Worldwide. Right now, I'm sure a lot of you have been to this website that is managed by this group. They could subpoena that website.
Yeah, so that
and get the IPs and information of every person who has ever visited this website. And then from there, they're going to dig into everything you have ever done online as far as they can trace it.
And then build a case on you and put you in jail for visiting a website.
They're still trying to hunt down everyone who was involved in this protest. Now, here's the deal about the protest side. Of the people that were arrested, none of them, not one of them, is responsible for any of the vandalism throughout the city that weekend. Not one.
Yes, I think it's been ruled out that the people who even did the car fire were not even the arrested.
Well, I witnessed all of this go down with my own eyes, live in person, on scene, as quite a lot of you know. I mean, we've been doing this show since a couple of weeks after, and I've talked about it regularly. The people who did this damage did not get arrested, not one of them. I went out and had beers with a lot of them and talked a great deal with them about the unfoldings of the weekend after it happened. Like, the people they're prosecuting for this, they're going through extremes, charging them with insane amounts of crimes.
60 years for inciting a riot. That's fucking... Yep.
They're being charged with inciting a riot, participating in a riot,
crime against the nation,
property destruction crimes. All of them are being charged with resisting arrest, whether they resisted or not.
There's a couple of reporters too.
I don't know what the standing on this right now is, but at one point they were attempting to charge every single one of them with assault on a police officer.
Wow.
Just based on the fact that some people got into physical altercations with police officers, when they tried to mass kidnap us.
But being a pedophile or a rapist or a serial killer only gets you 2 years intensive probation.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
So that break that was had in the chaos where the line was stopped on the sidewalk not on the sidewalk, on the street crossing. There's a whole bunch of cops.
Oh yeah, with a bunch of kids in the middle of stopping all the fucking streets and shit.
Well, I was yelling at the cop to stop, and me and my buddy Michael Sullivan, we were on Fox News, and I got in trouble from that for an organization that I was supporting because they don't yell at cops.
What?
Well, the ACLU will back you up if you give a cop a finger.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna blast the organization, but at the time I was like, really? Like that's what you guys are concerned about? Not the innocent bystanders that are just getting swept up in this, that are getting assaulted. You're concerned about me yelling at the cops that are.
Here's what really baffled me. So we were actually going to make an attempt to break through to the kettle and free these people. So we hijacked a march of like 50,000 fucking people and drove it straight into the kettle. And the police's response to this, to defend them being able to kidnap 250 people at once indiscriminately, they began to flashbang and pepper spray the line. Well, there was an elderly woman who happened to be on scene, for whatever reason. Maybe she was participating in the protest, maybe she wasn't. I don't know. I don't care if she was or not. But so this lady gets like brutally pepper sprayed, like point blank range. She's got a fucking walker, yo, and
Oh yeah, I saw that.
trampled by cops. Like, she literally has to be saved by this mortal enemy of America, the anti-fascist. That's who pulled her out, is some masked up fucking anarchist, and probably saved this woman's life from being trampled by police. About maybe like 20 seconds later in this video clip, you can see where the police pepper spray an infant fucking child, and it definitely looks on purpose.
Yeah, I saw that.
That they like this child, and like, man, like when I saw that video the next day, that just pissed me off to no end.
But yelling at the cops will really do something to you. Poor kids.
Oh yeah, that'll. They might go home and cry about it.
I don't know. I never heard of fucking charges about like 60 fucking years for fucking going to a protest. Like,
no, Snowden has 40 years.
Protest.
Yeah, there's like our journalist from RT. He's facing 10 years for going to the protests. One of the accused is a nurse who actually did nothing. She's a medic. She's fucking.
So the majority of these people are actually medics and journalists and legal observers. There's a lot of legal observers that got, they still have their, fucking bright green hats on. Like, hey, I'm a legal observer. Nope.
Yeah, they don't care.
This is what doing the right thing and telling the truth is.
They confiscated every device these people had on them, any electronic device, cameras, phones, anything, any video will be taken and used in court. There's probably going to be terabytes and terabytes of fucking video played in these court cases. Because, the DC is just littered in cameras. Every police officer had a body camera on them. Mind you, now people are trying to go back and press charges against officers for being way too physical with people, and that's well documented on video. You can look it up on YouTube. You can, if people don't believe it, I'll put a fucking video together myself. But what they're doing is they're not allowing them to prosecute these officers for their overuse of force. They're denying the defense any usage or anything of the body camera footage from the officers, not only for prosecution for the officers' crimes, but for their own legal defense, which is a clear violation of our rights. We're entitled to every piece of evidence that will be used against us in a court case. Every last piece. If they don't give it to your lawyer, they can't fucking use it.
Yeah, there's no surprise
things.
Well, I also heard that there was some of these people were left in the kettle for like 16 hours without anywhere to go piss their shit.
Yes, I was outside of the kettle myself for probably about 3 hours before I went elsewhere because they literally forced everyone out of anywhere in sight of this going on at some point. Which, considering it was right next to a park and like they completely vacated the park and the surrounding area, was pretty ridiculous. Very violently. But the police were definitely antagonizing for stuff to happen. So there's the famous limo scene, right? How that happened is, so the remaining anarchists that weren't arrested, which was probably a good like fucking 800 of them, when they pushed us out of the park, when we brought the other march to the kettle, they continued like blocking off streets. Like, really, they could have fucking kettled us again. I don't know why they didn't try, but they continued blocking off streets in such a manner that they pushed our group to this limousine, and then like where the police line stops. So the limo's at an intersection, a four-way intersection, parked next to the corner building. And they come to that intersection and they stop and set up line on that street and just leave the group right there by this limousine. And I mean, it was like 4-5 hours People are just smashing this motherfucker to pieces. People are standing on top of it, giving fucking speeches. Like, it's just, and the cops are just watching this limousine become a fucking sideshow, pretty much. And I thoroughly believe that they were going to let it go on until the limousine was on fire.
They probably stuck that limousine there, man. They do that.
I believe that they did. I have no way to prove that, but I believe that they did, just based on the situation, the way they pushed us to it and left us there. And, you know, if they were so worried about destruction of property, when the first hammer went through the window the first time on it, they should have continued pushing past the limousine. You know, that would have just been a broken window instead of an entire burned up vehicle that is now rendered completely useless, like probably like a $500,000 vehicle. And they literally let it go on until it went up in flames. And then when it went up in flames, they let that thing burn for like 20 minutes and let all the media get the money shot before they put it out. Like, to me, that last part is really what stood out. It's like they let that happen. They let the media get all the good coverage before they put the fire out, everything. And so the people that were arrested in the kettle are being charged with the destruction of this limousine, right? So guess what? This happened after the kettle. Let's just let that sink in for a minute. The limousine was destroyed after the people were already pinned against the building, yet these people are still being charged with its destruction. That's not good.
That's some. Yeah, I was gonna say that's some good police work there.
Ooh. This is attempting to send a message that you can't rise up, because that's what they do. They let us protest. You can protest perfectly peacefully almost any time, as long as it's daylight. You can't do it at night. And you can't do it where it's gonna achieve any goals, because you know, Standing Rock was peaceful. This very well correlates to Standing Rock, because they're treating the Standing Rock protesters in the exact same fashion. What is it? Red Fawn's being charged with how many years? Like 70?
Yeah, ridiculous. And Intercept just reported on Tiger Swan's detective work in February and up until March, where they were trying to get a court case together on environmental terrorists, and they traced it all back to Warren Buffett, which they were fired in March because the company decided they were idiots, because Warren Buffett has 25% stake in Apple. So that just came out today. That's pretty good.
Hello, you with the Family Guy again?
Spring cleaning.
Sounds like he's like dragging his phone on the charger across the ground.
Well, you know. Speaking of this case, remember in January?
Back to the court.
Does everybody remember in January and March, or was it March, when they were trying to pass those Senate bills that, like after the J20 protests happened, that they were going to, when the slowdown of DAPL was going on, that they were going to say that anybody who had organized a protest and a riot had come about, that they were going to try and pass legislation to seize property of the people.
Yes.
And I'm like, wait a second. So not only is this case like it's either a criminal case was done, any criminality aspect was done, or exercising our First Amendment rights, and the people that were arrested were just, not only were the observers, but barely, I don't think any they were exercising their First Amendment rights. You know. Did I just lose everybody?
Yeah, that's that's all these laws they're trying. They're to the extreme at the point of places where they have to erode our rights now. So it's becoming very, very obvious. But the way they have this set up right now is that even though quite a lot of people see this, they have made the people that they are passing these laws against look like their political enemy.
Yep.
Well, when less than a year ago, they were these people. And not only were the right side these people, but they were stockpiling guns to do a lot more than protest. But now that the right's in power, they have the right pacified. And now the left is the enemy because the left is protesting.
Yeah, true. I don't know. I don't believe in protesting anymore. I don't.
I don't either.
It's you're asking the government permission to protest against the corrupt arm of the government. It doesn't work. When you're in an oligarchy, you can't march down the street left, right, left, and expect anybody to give a shit because you just look like a radical.
Right.
Well, like I've been saying before, there are more extreme measures one could take.
Well, yeah, and that's the only way to really get their attention these days, and that's what it's come to for a lot of people. That's why we're seeing more and more riots. I mean, even fucking Martin Luther King said a riot is what a riot is the shouts of the unheard. Is that how he worded it?
Yeah.
I think that's it. A riot is the cries of the unheard, maybe. A riot is the language of the unheard. That's what it is. A riot is the language of the unheard. And that's, these people that are involved in that, that's really what it's come to. They're so fed up of trying to address the government in legal manners, to protest, to build awareness, to rally support for basic human rights, for the right to live, for the right to water, for the right to shelter, for the right to food. People are tired of fighting for these things. We're tired of fighting for these toxic cancer-causing chemicals out of our food and water. We're tired of fighting for clean air. Both the right and the left can throw up flags of celebration when a Monsanto cornfield goes up in flames.
Right.
Why can't we all equally celebrate when the bank gets their windows smashed in?
Right.
Yeah, like they did in Iceland, and they arrested all the bankers and the politicians.
Well, I don't understand how the American government was able to convince the people that breaking inanimate objects is violence.
I don't know, because even when people were insistent upon this, I went and defined violent. Oh, actually, when this was coming about and there was the big debate about violence, Google changed the definition of violence on us.
What?
Yeah, go Google violence. It now does include, according to Google, inanimate objects. You can be violent against inanimate objects.
It has feelings.
It has feelings.
And
Yeah,
then
it has
the
feelings.
objects have feelings
So,
too.
yeah, it used to say behavior involving physical force intended to hurt, damage, or kill someone. Now it says someone or something. So you can
that's
hurt.
just vandalism still. That's like
Guys,
a commercial company can't like
Guys,
define.
someone else is eating right now. It's not me. All I've heard for the last 10 minutes is someone eating a pack of crisps. I turned my mic off.
My bad.
No one shouted at them, did they? Everyone was shouting at me, though.
Hey, but while we were talking about different ways to protest, we should also give like a shout out to Lori Love, whose appeal is in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Against being extradited to the USA.
Who is flooding the chat?
Yeah,
I think it's a script.
He's trying.
He's trying. IP flutter.
I hope he gets off.
Oh, it's a script.
Sorry, John. Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, we should shout out to Laurie Love because his appeal is in 2 weeks, and he's a former guest. He's been on our show, and he's been fighting for human rights online a lot and in many different ways. So we should all support him. And if people are listening to this, then please go to freelorry.com, and you will find the ways to help him in his trial against against the U.S. government.
Yeah, Lori's been fighting this case like forever, but like I have a good feeling he's not going to get extradited. His case is too much similar to the other guy who hacked.
Gary McKinnon.
Yeah, he hacked. He hacked some pretty serious. The other guy hacked some pretty serious shit. So I think.
Gary McKinnon hacked into NASA, and he
said he claimed
he's also like autistic, like Laurie is, and their cases are very similar. That's true. Yeah.
Remember the other guys? The other guys said that not only did he hack the NSA, but he also said that he found proof of extraterrestrial. The government was covering up extraterrestrial shit.
Yeah, there was.
Oh my god! Yeah, that's
on the screen.
I've seen that evidence myself that you speak of, and yeah, it definitely shows that.
Yeah, it is real, but the resolution is just very low. But
yeah, I don't like to talk about it with a lot of people because they think I'm crazy. But it's like, I mean, there's email interceptions of various government agencies discussing alien existence and how the NSA's primary objective is to cover it up, not fight terrorism.
Yeah, I was actually quite an optimist on all of this shit. I would watch all these UFO shows until like 2 weeks ago. I was driving home, in the middle of the night, and I fucking I was like, no fucking way did I just see that. I was on the fucking phone call when that shit when I saw what I saw. So I definitely believe now. Mm. But I remember, it was like, go ahead.
Well, what is he going to face? He's going to face some time in England, even if he doesn't get extradited, right?
Not as much time.
Right.
They were saying that he was going to get up to because he's faced if transfer. Okay, in the UK, the max sentence he could get is like 3 years.
And, you'll get about 3 years.
And then because Laurie's case goes in 3 different jurisdictions, I think the maximum amount of time that I think the CF, the Computer Fraud and Abuse Act, can give him for what they're accusing him of is 99 years. So, I mean, that's quite a bit of time. I've known hackers they've got, in the past that have done way more, like Kevin McNick, was stockpiling. He was sitting on a stockpile of fucking credit card numbers and, was hacking Wall Street, back in the early 80s, late 80s, early 90s, and he was only in prison for fucking 5 years, and they let him out. But then he worked for the government. Then he worked for the federal FBI. So, I don't know where they're pulling this out of their ass at. 99 years.
Leonardo DiCaprio. What was that movie? Catch Me If You Can. Leonardo DiCaprio played a guy who actually done that with checks.
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah.
And he actually got a job with the FBI and CIA, helping spot out fake checks and how to stop them from being counterfeited.
Yeah, I forgot the name, but it's based on a true story, right?
Yeah.
I need a fake check.
I wouldn't mind a few fake checks.
What to do with all this money? Buy a lot of sandwiches, that's for sure. And buy a lot of sandwiches to help feed the homeless. Safe Winter is here and right around the corner, and Christmas.
That is true. To our nons, who are out there listening to the show, now would be a good time to start getting prepped and ready for your safe winter. I know in the past, and OpSafe winter that I participated in the past was just kind of thrown together at the last minute. But now would be the time to get the supplies or whatever you need to go help out the needy for the holiday season.
Pack them some bags, couple sandwiches, banana, some fruit.
Water.
Pack a pair of socks, hand warmers, foot warmers, toboggan. It don't have to be much. They appreciate whatever you give them. Just don't give them money because a lot of them are drinking alcohol, doing drugs to stay warm. Give them a small blanket, knitted blanket, whatever.
Yeah.
It is getting colder, so yeah, blankets would be nice for these people.
Yeah, there's nothing like waking up between the newsstands and the ice machines just to keep a warm spot and wind off of you.
I was gonna say, yeah, even some fresh pair of clothes if you can spare,
Deodorant, bar soap,
jackets. What else?
Coffee's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, coffee's easy to make. Tea packs, apple cider. Yeah, give them something good that's going to help them stay safe. Ginger rub or something.
Apparently, you need Keurig to make coffee.
Keurig. If your Keurig don't work, you can always beat it.
Yeah. There's a lot in the garbage right now.
You can always build one or three.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. This is kind of off topic, but this is something I wanted to cover. But I don't know if you guys were aware of. I guess there's but the White House had produced a document yesterday called the Vulnerabilities and Equities Policy Process for the United States Government. This is in regard to 0 days that our government is sitting on top of. Shit that the fucking that we see leaked out in WikiLeaks.
Right.
Yeah. So this was an initiative. The initiative has been around since 2008, but they didn't even declare it public until EFF.org produced a FOIA request last year. So this is supposed to, like, in some way, shape, or form, like make more transparency on what the fuck they're sitting on, and specifically defenders. But it's all just a bunch of fucking. I feel like it's just a bunch of. Poppycock to make it seem like they're being more apparent that they're sitting on fucking 0 days that can fucking do all sorts of fucking crazy shit. When actually out, they're holding out on the real good shit,
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. I don't know.
We can look at, the shadow brokers were doing with,
right.
Yeah, doing an exploit on Windows XP,
Yeah. It seems
to me that's ridiculous.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
My bad. You can go ahead.
I was just gonna say, it seems like Windows, since it started, left backdoors open for anybody to get in your computer. I could be mistaken, but it just seems.
They specifically didn't make patches to an operating system that's like almost 15 years old. Yeah, that they knew about,
Right. Yeah. So I don't think we'll find out anything more than what we thought, but I do think they're sitting on some crazier shit. Like when your face is in your screen, like they could just turn on the camera, your light doesn't do anything, and they could just snapshots. They have like their own deer cam in your cell phone at any time. I can't see why that wouldn't be possible. But I think there's some scary shit out there. Yeah.
Have you heard about that one exploit where they're trying to use the radio interference from Wi-Fi signal to try and triangulate where a person is actually in the room? Yeah, I heard about shit like that.
Could that be done? Theoretically, it sounds possible.
Theoretically.
If you're using like reverse sonar technology, maybe.
Yeah. Huh. Well, I'm constantly testing signals myself, and it depends on where I'm sitting at the cabin where I'm at right now, It depends on what. There's a Verizon tower around here, but we also have a booster. So I don't know. I don't know how that's done, but yeah, it sounds possible.
Yeah, if you're talking about like the NSA, they of course they have people who think about creating such inventions all the time, like to do these things. Likely, it's possible. I mean, there's some companies, even like Lockheed Skunk Works, who are like 30 years ahead of what we know. So yeah.
Yeah, I heard something yesterday about them putting up a new quantum satellite.
What? With
Which is pretty neat.
Like with quantum computing satellite?
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, and I'd heard about quantum computing back in Wired in like 2002 or 2003. We're just waiting for it to get to the slave parts of the society, us. But yeah, they're coming.
Yeah, Intel just pumped out a new 17 qubit fucking chip.
Wow.
Yes, for
Singularity.
Yeah, for trying for quantum computing.
Singularity is happening.
Yep.
Yeah, I heard those computers have to be like the processors have to be like almost at absolute zero to function though. Am I right? I don't know. I might be wrong about that, but that's what
I don't know. But the only operating system at that point that could handle it would be Linux, right?
Oh no! I think they're using
Alienware.
No, they're using specialized, probably all specialized stuff on the motherboard to handle those kind of temperatures. But
liquid cooled technology.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Fiber optic networking. Yeah.
What the heck?
Somebody wants to play a game.
All right, somebody wants to play a game. He's back.
So what happens when you go in a graveyard naked at night, I guess.
So there are 2 arms in the room.
Let me see. Besides the 0 days, Facebook is looking to start charging Facebook pages like ours and whoever else has got a Facebook business page, or they're thinking about charging for anybody to show up into the news feeds. So there might come a time in the next 2 months where we might have to jump off this platform altogether because I am not forking over fucking $5 every fucking time we go live.
Right? That's fucking ridiculous.
And I've read that they already rolled this out in 6 countries, a paid newsfeed.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Most of them, Herzegovina, Serbia, Guatemala. Most of them are third and second world countries, but sooner or later it's going to get to the major sites, and then like Alex, I as much shit as I talk about Alex, I actually listen to him because he's like, Vice. I don't know. It's one of those weird things. Like you listen to somebody you don't like just to hear shit. Yeah. So what he's been saying, it's the absolute truth because he is involved with a lot more censorship. Like I guess Facebook had sent him a personal letter to stop saying trannies on his live stream. So we're already getting into word police. You know what I mean? Like you can't say this, you can't say that over the social media, but now they're going to make us pay for people to even see us, and that's going to turn.
So let me get this straight. We're going to have to pay them to not say the word tranny?
No. I guess Alex has been warned about saying tranny on his live streams. Yeah, from Facebook, according to him.
That is not assuming anyone's gender. Right. That is an actual vehicle part. Is a tranny.
Yeah. I don't think he meant it that way, but I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Well, it's
I'm
like
not
this
paying for a
too.
page. So where the hell do we go? I'm not paying for
Well,
a page.
we still, we're still on YouTube. We're still on Twitch TV. I mean, if we can get our user base up, I've watched Twitch user feeds that get well above 50,000 people watching somebody do something. So I mean,
Okay.
those are the bigger platforms that are out there. I mean, we'll still be here, but I'm not paying fucking $5 a week for people just to see us in their newsfeed.
Yeah, true.
And besides, if you're going to pay for the page and Facebook decides to kick your page or kick your account and you have money there, you're not getting your money back.
Yeah, true.
I've already been
Oh,
through
they
that
already
with
did.
them.
They already did that to me when they deleted my personal account, and there was a credit card. There was a credit card tied to the account. There was software that I could only log in through Facebook to verify that I was the person who got it, and that was a monthly subscription. That was a bunch of phone calls to get done, and finally, after bitching and complaining for months, they gave it back.
Wow, really? You got lucky, man.
Yeah.
I told them to kiss my ass and keep the $5.
Well, I mean, I don't, Facebook, is moving in the way that is not in the best interest of where the community's at. That's
Yeah, it doesn't care about community. It cares about money.
That's all it cares about.
Yeah.
I mean,
and your dollar bill's your business.
I mean, MySpace. I don't remember if MySpace was getting. I was always loaded all the time, but I don't remember any of this kind of shit ever fucking happening.
I don't remember any of this shit. Any kind of rules. Nobody being blocked. Nothing. No count shutting down.
Yeah, I never.
You
lost.
could have 1 million, 2 million friends, and nobody cared.
Oh no way!
I
did once have a group deleted because I was violating the terms and conditions because we were literally fucking trying to sell drugs to them, on this fucking group. Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
That makes sense.
That might do it right there.
Yeah, but there was never any memes made like the MySpace police are out to get me or I'm in jail again.
Well, you can say as long as whatever you want to say, as long as it's what Zuckerberg wants you to say.
Well, I mean, it is a great platform, to try and get the word out there. But if we're being completely silenced to the point where we have to fucking pump out the fucking buku dollars just to fucking get our voice heard, what's the fucking point?
Well, that's the point. So it shuts down all our voices because there are people that look at us and say, if you're making any money, you're evil anyway. But in order to keep your voice out there, you have to pay money, and since you can't make money, you can't pay money, so your voice is gone. It goes away.
Once again, you want to donate?
Easy way to shut it all down.
We have a GoFundMe.
We have a GoFundMe.
Yeah, right on.
Well, Facebook is fixing to roll out this, to pay for play platform, and they're going to push this action plan against foreign interference at you. They're going to tell you they're here to protect you and your kids. There's still places to go, or somebody's posting screenshots of your page somewhere all the time. Your data is being collected, so it's bullshit. They're just you're going to use it as you'll pay me $5 a month if you want your feed seen. It's for your protection as well because we have this action plan against foreign interference now. Whatever.
Russians.
Yeah, we could always broadcast to Twitter, which would be the closest equivalent besides our YouTube page.
Well, Tyler, you gave me Restream.io, which does Twitch and Periscope at the same time.
Periscope,
right?
yeah, you can stream up to 25 places at the same time. Yeah.
Okay, so that might be the way to go.
That might be the way to go.
But clearly Facebook is just giving the most viewers, so it would suck if they completely censor us in here.
Well, if we know anybody who's a programmer, we could always get on one of those. I think on Roku they allow you to have. They give you the SD. They give you the software development kit, and you can. I think you can actually stream to Roku and have but you'd have to design. You'd have to design everything yourself, though. You'd have to build it from the ground up. There's even a channel out there called Hackers, and all I do is stream MP3s once a week from Chicago. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Coming soon, Anonymous Bites Back on Roku.
And what about that Twitch thing? Is it any good? Is anyone viewing it at all on Twitch?
On average, we're getting about 3, maybe 4 people watching. There are some drawbacks to broadcasting to Twitch. Unless we have like a really big channel, they're not going to be saving our videos due to server space. So, as the way that I had set up our Twitch is that people can view our content for up to 2 weeks, and if they have a paid thing to Twitch, I guess you can watch it for up to a month. I would recommend never paying a social media or any money. But yeah, Twitch would be the other place to go. I mean, if we get big enough, they'll save our videos, though. Hands down.
Yeah, they should be paying us to use their platform.
we already had our first censor on Twitch. This was our first warning for playing an Ozzy Osbourne song, so that was a big no-no.
Oh my god.
Yeah, everybody flipped out. YouTube flipped out. Facebook flipped out. Twitch flipped out because we played fucking Ozzy Osbourne.
Yeah, but
You gotta thank Lars Ulrich for Metallica for that. I think it is.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, if we asked Ozzy Osbourne, if we had the chance, he'd probably say it would be okay.
Yeah, he wouldn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, but on YouTube it will simply show these ads belonging to like Ozzy or something, right? At our videos, it will still allow it, but it just shows some ads.
I think it cut out. The computer didn't get it right, so it cut out 45 minutes. Yeah.
Hey guys, sorry about that. I was just playing around. I was.
Would you get possessed?
Oh, but speaking of Facebook, so Facebook produced in sponsored ad that they are going to remember that campaign that they've been doing for the last year, where they've been deleting and getting rid of accounts. Well, Facebook will be doing this again, regardless of what they're saying. Facebook is going to be hiring 10,000 more people to verify accounts to combat political swaying, like Micro was saying. And this is going to be happening in the next couple of months. So, and this is all because of that fucking fake hype of that Russian collusion shit. Yeah. And what they're actually doing is they're trying to get rid of accounts, like people, my account, everybody I know's account. So if you're nons out there, just be kind of aware that they were also saying that in this round they will be using forms of AI to spot whether accounts are real. I don't know what the fuck they're going to be doing on the back end on that.
It'll be a crawler that looks for the word anonymous or Antifa.
Probably.
Yeah, they've already been doing that. That's how I lost my account to start with it. They started banning me through my email. They're like, "Oh, verify through your email," and I'd get banned through my email, and they would completely delete the email along with the Facebook page.
Wow.
Yeah, I've been through all sorts of chaos with Facebook. They either love me or hate me, or I'm really giving them a workout.
Well, yeah, I would say go ahead.
Even John will tell you. John was going through it, probably a few weeks to a few months before I was. As soon as you put in a certain name or a certain set of pictures, it was catching you. How it's so and so, or it didn't even matter if you changed your phone number and used a spoof phone number or jetableMail.org for 35 minutes or 35 days. It was catching you if you put in the right recognition. I don't know how to explain that really. It would recognize your pattern of pictures, your pattern of posts, your speech pattern.
Well, I mean, wouldn't it be easier for them just to track the IPs, or?
It would, but like we know you can use 3 VPNs, a couple of proxies, and bypass all that.
Right.
They're using Facebook for AI, so they're training it to recognize who you are, even though you're using a different name, you're using a different VPN.
I know that for a fact because I have 2 Facebook accounts, both the same name. When I'm live streaming on one account, it asks me if I want to tag myself in my other account in to the video because it knows what I look like on that other account.
Yeah, and
so
it'll automatically
I'm sitting
tag
next to me. Yeah, they think we're sitting right next to each other in the video. Yeah.
Fucking Facebook, man.
It's one big artificial intelligence program, anyways. I think what they're using part of is the card readers and the ATM memory hardware from the banks to do that with, because it's the closest thing we have to any artificial intelligence database, except for the self-swipe machines that you would see in Walmart or your local grocery store that's replacing your cashier.
Well, I heard the AI that they were using on the back end. They bought it from some Israeli company. That's what my intel told me.
Could very well be. I'm sure there's several different parts about building AI that we don't know about, or we haven't read about, or even thought about yet.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So Twitter doesn't catch on that quick. Facebook has been. I was like, what the fuck.
Well, Facebook is conjunctive with Google, and Google is already recording everything we're doing along with Facebook and Instagram and Snapchat. Gathering your face pattern, your thumbprint, your retinal scan that your Samsung is doing. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it does. They've been using AI or forms of AI on some of their shit for a while.
It's going to head that way, and we're really heading that way faster than maybe what we know or expect.
Yeah.
Well, last I heard they were implementing the AI into the translate bot that they have, and I guess the bot had actually rewritten its code to function better.
It rewrote its language. It made its own language up.
Yeah.
That's so awesome.
It's like I was reading about the chatterbots. It's a telemarketer that's going to call you. It recognizes how to talk to you and knows what to say to you. It understands what you're saying to it, so it knows to pick the next question to entice you into buying this or selling this for them. Like bill collector, you're not going to be able to cuss your bill collector out no more. This chatterbot is going to say, "Oh, okay, we understand your problem."
Oh, so no more is it they're gonna be like these little boiler pot rooms. It's just gonna be like fucking like a bunch of AI bots in a room calling people. Like, where's my fucking
the real anonymous?
Yeah.
It's gonna be one big server farm doing all the telemarketing. You're gonna have the bitch in the box or the bro in the bag.
Oh, speaking of fucking like horrific fucking AI. So like, I guess I was listening to I was listening to Alex fucking what was it today, and literally he was talking about this shit and like AI's taking over and the whole Skynet C1000 fucking scenario again. and he wonders why everybody calls them fake news and shit. I'm like,
well, he admitted it in court that he's an actor. I mean, he's not
He did?
I don't know if he can hide it. Yeah, he had to in a divorce court proceeding or something. He had to admit he's an actor.
Now we're supposed to forget that and let it slide.
Yeah.
Yeah, you won't even see it on Google, Facebook, or Twitter under any hashtag in 2 years.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know what the change when the change happened with them. I really don't. Maybe it was always there.
There
was a change.
What?
I don't think there ever was a change. I believe it was always built into this.
Oh, like
It was.
yeah, it could be. Yeah.
It's like the drug dealer, you'll get your dime back for $5 until he decides, $10 is good for you.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give you extra half a gram for XXX,
Your big clue was that Paul Revere's horse doesn't go down the road unless you buy products. So as long as that's the case,
oh yeah, it's like every
where he's coming from.
like every 10 minutes he's advertising his products, and like it's like, dude, I really don't want to. I don't want to hear about it.
Yeah. Or he's talking about himself.
People are gonna. Oh, go ahead, Preston.
Well, or he's talking about himself. About it, like every other video has something to do with him, as if he's involved in it in the story now. See, it's gone from him reporting the news to now he thinks he is the news.
Well, like the Vice reported on him as long as, and I guess it was like last week, and they said that his broadcasts were crap, and they used a more a 4-letter word to describe it, and and apparently it was in regards to his 36-hour broadcast that he had done. And like, so in retaliation, now he says he's going to be doing more 36-hour broadcasts. That's what I said. I was like, man, you got to be on some good. You got to be on some good dope to stay up that long, man.
Yeah.
Walter White's his neighbor.
Well, he's got another website now. All he can do is reproduce what he's got. News wars. There's nothing. He can't innovate to whatever the next level is. He's stuck in his repeating.
Well, even he was saying, even he was saying that his viewer rating's gone down. So.
Well, you got over 2 million subscribers, and you're only getting like 30,000 views in a couple of weeks. That's not really that good.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
I mean, man, like your penetration like really sucks. 1% or whatever, it's.
I was gonna say we don't even pay for any of this stuff, and we're getting maybe a combined total anywhere between a couple thousand to 30. With a reach of maybe I don't know how far, but the statistics are always messed up on our page because we're perma fucking censored.
Well, at least we can say we're doing better than Alex Jones.
Yeah, that kind of disturbed me. Like when I get a hold of fucking Vice, I'm gonna fucking ask him a thing or two. Like, have you even fucking heard of us? Like, what do you get for these interviews?
Yeah, all that promoting was a build up to just slapping.
I know so many people involved in the global movement, and then these quote unquote big players pop up like out of nowhere for these interviews, and it's like,
Well, yeah, when they had
seen you at RC, haven't seen you anywhere. Who the fuck are you?
Well, yeah, when they had Anonymous versus ISIS, and a lot of people are going to get mad at me for saying this. I spoke to some of the other guys in the back channels, but when Siege's Twitter was still up, what he was saying is that a lot of these some of the ops are just a distraction, just a distraction at what we should be going at, is more of these ops that should be going on more towards the elite,
I definitely agree.
Well, yeah, it was like Op Daesh, Op ISIS, Op KKK. I mean, lo and behold, you are getting some things done, but I mean, in actuality, there's a bigger enemy that's really out there.
Yeah, be careful who you're opping with, because they could be having somebody set up that op just to help with that.
That's true.
Yep.
Yeah, well, it's like I showed you yesterday, Tyler. This bot was like tweeting constant ISIS targets, like fully automated. It was like some military software was like running, tweeting out these ISIS targets. So. There is certainly some involvement of the government with some anonymous operations. Some get a lot more attention than the rest. So.
Yeah, and that was that's why I've always been kind of sketch about some of these ISIS ops, like especially after I heard what was it? Not GSH, but it was Ghost. No, it wasn't Ghost Squad. Was it Ghost Squad that they were actually working with the government. They were not only they weren't reporting the accounts down. They were actually hacking the accounts, and at one point were holding on to like six. They said in the article 6.
Oh, that's GhostSec. You mean GhostSec? That's like Ghost Security.
Yeah. And they were holding on to 60,000 Twitter accounts, and they were handing them over to the CIA. And I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I know exactly. And they even admitted it on their website. Like they were like,
well, that's like
the law enforcement and stuff.
The CIA is not going to do anything with that.
I don't think CIA. Yeah, go ahead.
The CIA knows fully well what's going on. They're ultimately giving the commands.
Yeah. That's we can go there. Yeah.
That's why a lot of these cybops, what I was gonna say is that the true enemy is out there, and it's the elite. It's the man behind the curtain.
Well, of course, but that's definitely not to say that a lot of these smaller ops aren't effective.
Well, that's true.
I do believe that if we all could come together on a major mission to just stop this shit, I don't know how else to phrase it. Put a fucking to it. I mean, we all know what we have, the targets we have to go after, what we have to take down. If we could just spend a good 6 months not beating around the bush anymore and just do it.
Yeah.
Man, make some shit happen, dude. We have a global collective that is quite frightening.
Well, like I was going to point out, that there's an op that's going around here, which has been for a good cause in lieu of what was going on in Charlottesville, with domestic terrorism, and then I'm looking at some of the sites, that this one anon group was posting and on Twitter, and sure enough, I'm like looking at the site and I'm looking at the code, and I'm like, well, based on what you guys are doing, you guys can do a little more damage than DDoSing with the sites that they got up there. just saying, you can do a lot more than DDoSing when there's a WordPress page behind the picture.
Yeah, but it is also a form of protest, right? You're not actually harming the websites; you're just taking them down and protesting using that method.
Yeah, that's true.
There's even a political party in my country who wanted to legalize DDoS attacks. They said like it's the same as blocking a road to a company, so we can legalize DDoS attacks.
That would be phenomenal. That really needs to happen, because I mean that's this day and age's protest. I mean, look at the fucking Operation Icarus campaign. We wanted our voices heard. That we're sick of the fucking banks.
Yeah,
dude, we got our voices heard majorly. There was a different news article every day when we'd swap up targets.
Yeah.
I remember at your Anon News got some of the glory for that one. Remember that when something was at your Anon News was saying, I hope the stock market. I think it was when Icarus was going. This was before I was even with Anon. I think they're going after the stock market. And then I think at your Anon News said, like, I hope the stock markets fail today. One could only pray, and then they do. And this was all over the fucking news.
I remember that, yeah. Well, of course you guys were able to predict that. You had inside information.
Yeah.
That's just like the weatherman that says in 30 minutes it'll be partly cloudy, and you look at the sky and you say, that's fucking impossible. And here comes the fucking chemtrails. And then you're like, oh, well, touche, weatherman, touche.
Yeah, we did actually get all the coverage we wanted on that operation. So yeah.
I guess that's what the media is kind of looking for as far as Anonymous is concerned, according to Vice, because apparently we're dead.
Yeah.
Got to do something big and flashy.
Well, don't ask for
so we don't end up dead.
No, I still can't believe that they actually did this. It's like days after thousands of people march in London, right? They declared anonymous dead. Like, did all these people march for nothing on the street? And did you even look at this footage?
Yeah, I had a weird feeling that they probably shot it like 6 months before, but then just released it on November 7th. Like, great planning, guys. You obviously know nothing about us.
No, and how can you declare something that is? It's not even a group or something. There are like so many people like using anonymity as a tool.
I would say that our presence on Facebook is definitely diminished since a lot of anons couldn't adapt to the ongoing campaign of not having an account with your fucking name on it. And some of the people on this panel, fallen brutally, lost the hundreds of accounts.
Yeah.
But a lot of us have moved on to.
I don't even want to count.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
it's sad.
You've lost several too, haven't you?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So what I'm saying is that, for all of anybody who's listening, we do have a Discord server. You can always go on to our Discord server. We post it all the time to try and keep.
I'll post it in the links again. I'll post it in the comments again now.
Yeah, we always keep that line open for any anons that, they can't get back onto Facebook, and that's actually a good hub for.
Let me ask Discord, Tyler. Is there a way that we could set it up where we could have like a channel where only the panel could use the microphones, but everybody else could hear, and then have just like a big channel like that for the show?
Yeah, but I was running into problems, like the layout's going to look completely different than it would here on Google Hangouts. The big issue is that
well, I meant like have like each panel member in the Discord, and then they're just like unmuted, and then like anyone who wants to watch would also be in the Discord channel, and then like the whole show could be just on Discord.
Yeah, we could do that, but it would just look different. It look a lot different.
You can actually set the permissions for that, I guess so. Yeah, you can make them just listeners and our people who are able to talk.
The settings and all that, and there's a lot of complex settings for server permissions and channel
Discord,
setups in there. So I imagine you could really do quite a lot.
Yeah, Discord was mainly set up as for your video gamers and stuff like that, but
that's how I got started on it. I've been gaming since before I've been hacking, which not much longer.
I mean, I can play with it in the next few days like it was before. I ran into one issue, so like each one of us would look like a bobblehead, but I can probably make it look a little prettier.
So have they implemented the video?
Yes, they did. Yes, the Discord does have video. I do believe I got rid of my Nitro account. You can do video chatting, but I believe it's only with like 10 people on a DM. So they don't have it. They don't have it set up, I think, publicly.
No, someone told me it's in the new beta version. You can download the new beta version and it has the video in it.
Oh, Canary.
I didn't confirm it.
Yeah, somebody was telling me about that as well. But another option, for anons that can't adapt, and you don't want to lose those comms, is something that I do that a lot of people don't think of doing, is setting up a messenger account without a Facebook attached to it, and you can only be blocked, and you cannot be reported. It doesn't follow the typical naming convention, so you can name yourself Buttfuck or whatever the fuck you want to name yourself, like Howdy Doody or whatever you want to name yourself, but it'll be a little harder for people to find where you are, but you will never lose that communication that you have with people that you know. I think it's kind of cool until Facebook decides that the messenger accounts can get reported as well, and they don't become completely dependent on the Facebook app. But as of now, you can still do that. You can set up a messenger account without a Facebook account tied to it.
Huh, did not know that.
I do it all the time.
Yeah, all you have to do is delete. I'm going to tell you how to do it. Tyler will tell you how to do it.
Basically, you got to delete Facebook completely out of your mobile device or tablet, and then set up Messenger or install Messenger. And there's an option to, I think it says set up with account, or it might pop up as your other account. Then you select, I think, no, and it'll ask you to write in your name, and you can name yourself whatever you want to.
Yeah. Well, Facebook is making it more difficult for activists to actually do their work there. So I would say just branch out to other locations too, and you can still continue to use Facebook, but just use other stuff too. Like, we're not supposed to be on one website either. So
I do think that might have been a major issue with some of the marches that were going on this year. I guess a lot of Anons didn't expect to be completely wiped off Facebook.
Yeah.
No, I didn't see. I mean, I kind of saw it coming, but I didn't know that it would be this bad.
It happened before, I think, in like 2010. Some 5,000 people lost their accounts in one night. It was 2010.
Wow. Yeah.
All on other accounts. Yeah, I had a big friend list back then, like maybe 4,500 in it. It went to like 2,600 or something in one night. I was like looking, and all these accounts were all gone. Like, Facebook was literally like killing all these Anon accounts.
Yeah, last year, and the MMS, all my live streams were all deleted, everything.
So yeah, being an activist or an Anon on Facebook, beware.
Yeah, it's true.
Just always got your back on, always be on guard, and if you have one account that's been wiped off your mobile device, don't log in again on another account on the same device, because you will get blacklisted. Yeah. I know a lot of people try and do that VPN trick. I'll change my VPN. I'll do this. Facebook is reaching farther into your device than you think the app is than you think it is.
Yeah, and there are other things they can actually detect at you. They will detect your screen resolution. They will detect the software you're using, the software version, everything they can check. So,
and that's something to think about when you're trying to maintain digital anonymity as well. All kind of places scan for tons of stuff like that. What kind of browser you're using, your operating system, what version it is. And they've got a lot of things. I don't too much do mobile apps. I mean, really, this show is about all I use mobile apps for, and like, I'm a computer person. But I know, like, browsers. There's browser user agent spoofers that'll change all kind of data. What is that?
Yeah.
It's web RTC, RCT.
Our web RTC blocker,
Yeah, they use. I mean, it's just so much stuff to identify you. I guess everybody at this point knows they can execute Flash scripts to break through anything like VPNs and shit like
Java,
that.
specifically Java. It's a simple Java
tunnel.
Yeah, JavaScript.
Yeah, I said my bad.
And remember, they also got permission to go into your webcam, etc. So they can detect your webcam type and your sound card. They can.
They're doing exactly pretty much a full hardware scan.
Yeah,
about what you get these days. Do they call it canvas fingerprint?
Yeah. Then they can do this. Yeah, and they can literally see any program you're running in the task manager, for example. So
yeah. Which there's patterns in that. Like, my pattern would probably be, it's like, okay, this guy runs video games and shit connected to Anonymous. Like, it's him every time.
It always makes me suspicious why my accounts haven't gone down yet. Like, what are they really up to, and what are they looking for?
You're not doing anything illegal or anything that is going to cause a problem for them, or you're not doing enough of it.
Or you're under an investigation and they're watching you, then they'll leave them up.
I would say the most 90% of my communications, I'm a ghost on social media. You know.
Yeah, you're not doing enough. Just saying.
Are you trying to overthrow the United States?
No, never. No. What you talking about, Willis?
Well, you better start, or you're not going to get on the list.
They may be confused. They may think all of us are using Tyler's account, and it's not really anyone named Tyler. It's a bunch of people pretending to be some guy named Tyler.
Well, see, we had a group for a while, and we had a bunch of accounts, and we would just like flip flop. So it's like we're all pretending to be all of them. Like trace that shit. Like fuck you.
Yeah, it's a great way to pedo hunt though, because one of you can go through photos, one of you can go through statuses, and one of you can mess the baited pedo. So three to four people.
You can just dox them and show up and beat everyone's shit out of them and save a lot of time.
Well, yeah, but you don't want to hurt. Don't want to do no violence if you don't have to.
That's the point I got with the pedo hunting shit. It's just like, I could, instead of pretending like I'm a child and watch them say all this sick fucking shit, I could just skip the middleman and go kick their ass now.
Yeah.
I know a couple guys in England. They pedo hunt, but they actually lure their pedos out and steal their phones from them, which is pretty funny because they turn them into police.
I know who you're talking about. I hosted their website until the server went down.
Really good couple guys, man. They're hilarious as hell, man. They got balls to do that.
They go up and do a meetup and they jack his phone.
Yeah, they'll straight up snatch it out your hand if they have to.
Yeah, they hold them until the police show up, and then they present the police their phone and like a CD disc with all the evidence the police need to convict these motherfuckers.
Oh my god.
Yeah. It usually includes them sending dick pics to what they think is like a child. Which just looks fucking. You can't fucking argue that. Like, you're done, dude. Sayonara.
I get them like that all the time on Craigslist and back pages. They'll fall for the bait.
You better send yours in to Facebook now.
Oh yeah. Facebook and then the Australian. I forgot to mention that the Australian division of Facebook last week wants you to upload for a trial project. Wants you to upload your nude pictures. So give them your dick pics, give them your tits, your nudies, and so that they can stop revenge porn from getting on the internet. Like, and they said it's all going to be fucking scanned and micromanaged by AI. Don't buy into the fucking shit. It's fucking disturbing. Like,
what the fuck?
I had an idea about what to do about that. So these like disturbing photos of like deformed penises and like blue waffle and like shit like that. Like really, really utterly disgusting shit.
Yeah.
Get huge compilation of this and just like completely flood their fucking intake system with just all this absolutely disgusting like stock footage from the fucking internet. I imagine if we could get a couple thousand people just like hitting that shit hard, that man, they have to pull the plug on it. It's like, oh my god, we have a million 2 girls 1 cup coming in. I don't know what the fuck.
Or you get some animated hentai going in there. Like, this isn't even a real person.
Well, Facebook really shouldn't have to ask for those pictures. I'm sure if they open up enough people's inboxes.
It isn't Facebook's job to be acquiring any of your personal moments. I would say that's a severe. Anybody who buys into it, it's a severe invasion of your privacy on one thing or another, regardless of what they're saying. Either they have good intentions or not. In my gut, it's
part of the new multi-factor. They need a picture of your what, is because it's like your thumbprint, man. You know, we're going to match your thumbprint and your retina with a picture of your cock. Three-factor authentication right there.
3-factor.
Yeah, I mean, it's for your safety
now
and security.
you're gonna put your dick in the Facebook database, and then in the future, when you send that unwanted dick pic, and then you're like, oh no, I didn't do that, and then all of a sudden, girls pressing charges against you, and then the police pop up, and it's like, well, actually, we compared the dick pic with your stock pic from Facebook, and it's the same dick, dude.
Yeah, it was our cock. It was our cock recognition software. And you're busted. It's like DNA, right?
And what happens? What happens when Facebook gets breached? With all this shit. So like then.
As soon as they get a nice hefty porn database, somebody's it's gonna leak. The great Facebook porn hack of 2018. It'll be bigger than Ashley Madison and all that other shit combined. The fappening.
Guys, you're gonna have to pay for your news feed as well.
Yeah, so we're pay to see all these nude leaks on Facebook. What the fuck?
Yeah, but what if your mom uploaded some shit, and then oh my god.
Oh
well,
man.
Hey, it's nothing personal, right? I mean, we're doing it to everybody.
Upload some shit.
They're already collecting that shit anyways. You got to go back to the user terms and service agreement. They need access to your Wi-Fi, your camera, your microphone, your photographs, your contacts.
Yeah, you already agreed to that stuff when you sign up.
Yeah.
So.
Did I even mention this? I might have cut on it briefly in the last show about that experiment that I did where I thought that I didn't actually crack into the the Facebook app on but it was actually listening in on for Facebook's keywords for Facebook suggestion on ads, and something that I was saying all day actually popped up on my Facebook ad suggestions.
Wow. We actually got a cease and desist from Facebook when we were going through their cameras with Shodan. I did not like that.
Yeah,
well, you only get to do it.
Point too, Micro. You're saying what happens if they get hacked, right? And we can all think they won't get hacked, but companies like Sony get hacked too, and they got a lot more tech experience than Facebook.
Yeah, the medical industry's been hacked. Equifax has been hacked. Once your information is out there in that FTP and that hard area,
Radford has been hacked.
Yeah, Stratford.
They're one of the top cybersecurity firms. I mean, come on. And you think dudes aren't coming out of that Facebook database?
Yeah, no, exactly.
Fisher has been hacked. They're a high-grade security-based company out of the UK, and they do Facebook security.
Yeah,
but look at the advantage, though. I mean, if you do have something worthwhile, they're just going to forward your name to the porn industry. I mean, there is a plus to this.
You're like, hey, you might get a job out of this shit.
Let me start taking pictures now because I need money.
Definitely
ain't making it here.
Terms of they have once they have these things, they own these things. So I mean, just one-to-one sending a nude from person to person. Facebook owns that nude photo now because it went through their network. Whether you send it to the porn scandal thing that's going to unfold later or not, they've got that photo and they own it because it went through their network. And legitimately, they could take all these nude photos that they have and sell them to a porn company. And there'd be nothing you could do about it. Your nude photos would have just been sold to a porn site by Facebook, and you would have no grounds to sue because you literally agreed to that shit in your terms and agreement when you signed up for your account.
Yeah, and there's no telling what sick bastards looking at some of you girls out here, especially some of you young girls.
Some fat 300-pound.
Older girls who are all about, I never show my body.
He's like, you won't believe what I just saw on the Facebook news.
Just saw my sister.
If you tell them it's for their safety and security long enough, they'll believe it.
Oh,
It won't be long.
Send us your news. It's for your safety.
That was like
It won't.
that was like when the safe pat down with the ATF was going down. It's for your own safety. They're not enjoying this. You know they are.
You need to fill $2 in rolls of quarters, and you're reaching a different bag.
Oh, did you guys see that video that came out of the old Facebook president that had come out on how Facebook was designed on I think he was saying a vulnerability on your brain. It was done intentionally to keep users engaged more. You guys didn't hear anything about that?
Hold on, I'll look the patent up. I have.
No, this was the Facebook that he left in like 2005, but had produced this video about how they specifically make Facebook more addictive, and it was done intentionally by design, which any company does, but the grand design and how big it is, and we
Fall for the trap.
Yeah, I mean, I've been trying to get off of Facebook as much as I can, but you know that stupid fucking the thing that always gets me is the stupid fucking scrolling videos on the carousel. Yeah, when it comes up on the mobile app and it comes on this. Yeah.
Oh, so they tweaked your trick, man. And
yeah, I'm one of those
now
weirdos. I don't go in for the justification of the likes or anything. I'm just like stuck on the fucking videos.
Hey, they have. I probably shouldn't tell you this, but they have a whole tab just for videos, right?
Yeah.
Hey guys, I'm gonna shoot off. I'll catch you in a bit, okay?
All right.
There we go, Troy.
Nice talking to you all. Good night.
All right.
What Facebook is using is it's called the nervous system manipulation by electromagnetic fields from the monitors, and Google and Facebook own it. And the patent is 6506148B2.
Slow down. Say that number again.
Numbers. Let's see. 6,506,148 B2. It was patented on January 14th of 2003, and it's what you know as a non-acoustic weapon.
Isn't that dealing with the harmonics of like what's it dealing with? Am I thinking something else?
Harmonic
it's like,
balance and equality.
Flicker rate.
Yeah, 60 hertz, which is like the similar to brainwaves, which gives you that I'm in a trance kind of thing going on, like when people are glued to TV sets and shit.
Is this the same one that's used in the TV, or is this a different patent?
This may be a different patent. I'm not sure what the one for the TV was.
I'm gonna see, because I didn't. If this is a different patent, I wasn't aware of this one.
It's the same effect. It's the blue screen and a green screen. We already know movies use blue screen and a green screen. I do art, and I tell you, blue is the best for any kind of illusion. You can actually do white over blue. People are like, use black. You're using black, you're having a hard time putting that white over that black. That white blends over that blue like perfect. So it makes sense to do that. If you do art, shadowing is the trick to a screwed up line.
Well, they're manipulating your answers and changing questions that you see to change your mind. And they got a lot of stuff going on over Facebook.
Hypnotic suggestions.
Vote for Trump. Vote. What else? Buy this product. Highly suggestible ads.
Well, I always wondered about Zuckerberg getting pissed off about the Russian ads because he accepted the ads and put them on Facebook, and then it's like he's turning himself in for doing it. I mean, it's not. I just didn't see how that was a smart thing to do. Like implicating yourself. I mean,
yeah,
pointing at a problem, but then you're the problem.
You know, he'll take another fat check and do it again. You know, guarantee it. What does a corporation do? The corporation does what's in the best interest of the corporation, which is the self-preservance of the corporation. So wherever that money's come from, they're gonna bend over backwards and do it, regardless of whether it's legit or not. You know.
Nothing like good fascist thinking is there. Good corporate.
Well, I was going to say that's corporate.
It's all about the bottom line.
Yeah, that's corporate thinking.
Damn it. Gives a shit about anybody's feelings. You know, we've got to make another penny.
Yeah.
I heard somebody kick this old fucker off the rolls. He's costing us money now.
Has anybody been covering this stuff? I've been hearing in the comments about this leak in South Dakota. Keystone leak.
Oh my.
No, I heard about it, but I didn't know exactly where.
Oh gosh.
Where it was.
Keystone leak. The Keystone pipeline.
Yeah.
Oh my God! 210,000 gallons of oil spilled in South Dakota.
Is it that much already? Like an hour ago, it was like 120,000 or something.
I'm looking at the first thing that popped up. CNN
Even hear about this.
Explains why oil and gas prices are fixing to go up.
I'm gonna take a stab in the dark here and guess that this was the Dakota Access Pipeline.
They're saying it's a Keystone pipeline.
Oh, okay.
Trans-Canadian pipeline. Well.
We need to just turn the fucking valves off.
Yeah, you think they could have. Let me see how big it is. Let me see if I can get it.
Well, we have, you know, we got to leave the pumps running a while and make a bigger spill, make a bigger deal out of it. Get everybody pissed off.
Yeah, do something about it now.
I have a picture of it. That doesn't look like that much oil, but I don't know. This is. Let me see if I can grab it. Save photo. This is coming from TransCanada. TransCanada. Let me put it here in the comments. Boom. Aerial view. I don't know. That doesn't look that big, but then are the pipes underground on the TransCanada one?
Most of the time.
Yeah, so it's probably it's been leaking for a while under the ground.
That's
why it looks like that.
TransCanada actually put a picture up on Twitter, the damn selves, that you can see the oil seeping up through the fucking ground.
Yeah, I can see that right now. That's not good.
Yeah, I'm going to have to reply to this tweet like, can your entire company please kill yourself?
Send them the phone numbers for the suicide prevention hotline.
I'm actually going to do that. That's fucking hilarious. Thank you.
TransCanada has produced only 2 tweets since this thing has done. You guys are not doing your fucking job right because it's your job to be monitoring this shit. You asshats.
You asshats.
Yeah, I think the big clue ought to be a pressure loss in the line.
Yeah, you think, right? Shouldn't
I mean, you're only looking at so many things.
Yeah, I was gonna say how many fucking digital gauges do you need to fucking be monitoring to fucking notice that you have a pressure loss? You know? And then they'll say like, oh, it takes us so many hours to get to the site to fucking turn this shit off. You know? Yet another net.
You can tweet her now, so I can say more mean words to these people. That's awesome.
Deza King says, I heard Zuckerberg is related to George Soros.
Yeah, I'm gonna say go ahead and stop chasing the boogeyman.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't see the connection there.
Which boogeyman is that?
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know of any offspring from George Soros that I'm aware of, and Zuckerberg. Yeah, those are like two completely different far ends of the spectrums of like bad people, but.
Yeah, they're both boogeyman. You don't have to mention Soros to prove Mark Zuckerberg is doing a bad job. So, yeah.
Now, Jared Kushner, the Trump family, Jared Kushner is related to George Soros. I think he's like an uncle.
Yeah, 250 million or something in debt to Soros.
Does Soros have any kids? I don't think he does.
Hold on.
He may not personally. Oh, wait a minute. I believe he does. I believe he does have a son.
Mark Zuckerberg?
No, Soros.
Yes, he has 5 children, actually.
Oh my god, I didn't know that.
5, including Jonathan and Alexander Soros. He has a brother, Paul Soros. He's been married 3 times. Good God.
He's been busy. It happens when you have money.
You would think a billionaire wouldn't have a problem keeping a wife. Huh?
Well, they get pissed off at you because you don't pay attention to them.
Dude, have you seen this? Do you think she really wants his? I mean, just look at his face. do you really want his attention?
He looks like Grandpa Death.
His money.
He looks like Grandpa Death.
Well, you have to be a true gold digger. There's a lot of them out there. It shouldn't be a problem.
Man, you're not a real gold digger if you ain't staying in that one for the fucking long haul, yo.
Hey, if Hefter can do it, and he's like a small player, man. You know, these guys got billions.
It got to be pretty just have a lot of money.
A lot of money is like 20 beers to a gal. It really is.
You must live near me.
That's the guy you want to hang out with all the time.
I don't know. Hey, go to Denver, Colorado, and then hell, 3 beers at the bar is a lot of fucking money then. No, I really went in there like, it'll be $11 for the beer, and I was like, huh, I'll pass. Guess I'm not drinking tonight.
So go down to the 7-Eleven.
Yeah, right. I mean, I wasn't disappointed. I'm not a big drinker. I was, planning on having a couple beers at a show, but it's like, Jesus.
A 40 and a King Cobra, you're good, huh?
I need to take out a loan to get a beer at the bar over here. Like, that always baffles me when it's like two beers, maybe 3 beers equals a 6-pack, and it's like, how, like, people buy this? Because like, there's a corner store like I can see it from your front door.
Oh god, here comes the Facebook fucking. I was just scrolling, and here comes that Facebook suggestion. I was talking about Facebook, and now Facebook is showing me about that we're taking steps to increase transparency on our platform. We're hiring 10,000 new interns to verify that political blah 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 blah.
It hurts you.
I know, right?
Give them the finger for me.
So keep your nose clean. Get in line, Tyler.
Apparently, you're listening to our show, so I think it's time we send some messages to you. Would anyone like to go first?
Yeah, Facebook, go fuck yourself. Oh, but good.
Dude,
Kiss my ass on a dirty penny.
Who was that crazy fuck that came on that we knew that was messaging Mark Zuckerberg? God.
Oh, I wasn't here for that show.
Oh my god. Was it the guy who had to kick off the show? It might have been.
There's been a few of them.
Was it that Billy, Ed and Billy, or?
I think it was Jordan. This is like first couple. One of them was messaging Mark Zuckerberg, saying the most vile shit.
He's sucking up.
Thorbjorn was actually giving them a little bit of trouble too in there, helping suggestion options where you go to search for help with Facebook, and he was like, "Yeah, this isn't working. This isn't working. This isn't working. Why aren't you paying attention?"
Tyler
Yeah.
Anonymous is
I
not
saw
a
they use
group.
it
Who
at
typed that?
YouTube too.
Who typed that? Tyler Smiley Anonymous is not a group. I know that. Somebody on our pages has a little sense of humor.
We should have a few of those out there, even if they're the only ones laughing.
What else has been going on?
Hey, you know that if we broadcast on YouTube and you put on the subtitles, it automatically makes these subtitles below every episode. So it can literally and it's very, it's also very correct. Like they can literally make out all these words we're saying. So yeah, Facebook will do the same thing, I guess, and then make ads out of it.
Oh, you know what the scary part is? Facebook's so international that they don't have to worry about accents either.
Right.
They're like, oh, I can't understand that guy. No, they understand everybody.
Yeah.
Even
Yeah, that
gibberish.
Translate AI is awesome.
Well, at those translator services, they're doing it in real time as you stream.
It's picking up big time.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I won't lie. Those things have gotten so advanced that, like, I don't see how people are just not communicating with people all over the world. It'd be like, oh, I don't know how to speak the language they're speaking to me. I do. Copy it, paste it into Google Translate, type your response, translate it back to their language, paste it into the fucking message, and you're good to go. Like, I mean, it's almost to the point where it's doing grammatical translations very accurately now.
Yeah.
And that's been the biggest language gap between American, like English speakers rather, and other languages is the vast differences in the way they use their words and structure their sentences. Like, that's why all these people that speak foreign languages, they like, to English speakers, they word stuff in like really ridiculous ways, but that's like how they say their sentence structure in their language. Like Russia's a really weird one. Like objects possess their adjectives, or I think something like that. I really don't remember. I haven't fucked with Russian in a long time. But for these translation services to make those big jumps, that's pretty phenomenal in my book.
Yeah, if you translate between like German and English, it will be like 99% correct. I can confirm that. So, yeah, you're right.
So we can have our episodes subtitled.
Yeah, we could. We very well could.
Facebook could do it for us.
Now, I'll go ahead and tell you that actually subtitling our episodes would be a lot of fucking work, and we probably need a dedicated team of like 10 fucking people.
I get you.
Yeah, working on that all fucking week. Like, they'd need to be paid. Yeah, that'd be a lot of fucking work. I mean, as you can imagine, like first typing out a transcript, and then loading each subtitle in where it goes. Oh my god. Jesus Christ, my dog is fucking something up out there.
It's one of them bears.
It ain't a bear, not this dog.
Anybody been watching the Bitcoin price? Holy shit!
Oh well, I have. I'm heavily involved in the crypto market. I'm actually really pissed because I got fucked on my Coinbase. Like the 2-factor authentication's really buggy right now, and I wasn't able to get into my account when I wanted to make the transactions. Ended up losing like probably, I don't know, like $200-300.
It's almost up to $8,000.
Well, not really. I didn't really lose $200 or $300. I would say I lost that much in what I could have gained in Bitcoin. I actually was able to get right back in where I got out, so I kind of broke even. I just missed hitting a big price jump, but it's doing phenomenal things. There's all kind of shit going on, and it's not just Bitcoin.
Litecoin's going up. Ethereum.
Yeah, Litecoin's gone up. Well, I don't know if we even covered the Bitcoin fork into Bitcoin Cash, but
they didn't do the fork as they said they were.
Well, that was the last fork. That didn't happen. So there was a fork in August, I believe, where it forked into Bitcoin Cash. And so Bitcoin Cash, as soon as it released, it came out at about, I think, like $300 to $400, and then like immediately jumped up to like 800 and rode that for a couple of days, and then like came back down, stabilized 300 or 400. But over the last week, it had gone up to 800 and then to 1200. And what happened after that, it fucking jumped up to like, I think about 3,500 was the high after that, because a bunch of people saw it loading in, or not loading in, running up, like the charts load. Fuck. If I stop reading the fucking word on my phone screen, I'll stop saying it. They would see the charts just like going up and up and up. And so, got to get in on this. Like, and then, they completely inflated the fucking market, and then like got it high as hell and then sold. And you know what happens when that happens? Every time the price on a cryptocurrency goes down, it's dead. It's dead. But so that one as a fork is doing really well. Bitcoin also forked again into Bitcoin Gold, I guess about a month ago. Like, I didn't even know that was happening until it was over. And I have no idea what the price on that one's doing, but I hear it's doing pretty good. Pretty much all of the major ones are on the rise right now, and there's a lot of various activities that are kind of feeding into one another with them. Like, for example, to do a Bitcoin transaction right now is really expensive. So you're looking at like $8 transaction fees right now because
it's raised in price.
Fucking work, I'll be honest. Yeah, it keeps getting such big influxes that they can't keep up. So they keep having to improve the software. So what people are doing right now is they're keeping their Bitcoin in places where they can convert it into Litecoin instantly without fees. So they'll convert it to Litecoin and then use the Litecoin network to make the transaction. And then, like, if I was going to send you a Bitcoin transaction, I'd send you the Litecoin. You'd then convert it back to Bitcoin yourself. Yeah. So this is driving the price of Litecoin up now.
Yeah, I noticed that, which is killer.
Great, because Litecoin's really cheap right now. So if you're looking to get into a cryptocurrency before it's too late, this would probably be a good one. It's roughly about $75 right now. And I mean, we're expecting gains, in a couple of days it to be over 100. So
I think Desert King's actually asking, do you think Bitcoin could be a backdoor away from the petrodollar and the Federal Reserve? I have heard many different opinions.
Well, with that Crown Prince doing his arrest,
makes it sound like a bad thing. But if you really think about it, what he's saying is a good thing. And I do believe that maybe not Bitcoin. We'll have to see where this goes. I mean, it's still yet to be determined. Really who's in control of this market at this point. There's so much Bitcoin in cold storage. It could be in possession of a drug dealer. It could be in possession of a hacker. It could be in possession of a Wall Street banker. And
probably a pedophile.
When the chips are all on the table is when we're really going to see the potential for Bitcoin. But I do believe that cryptocurrency itself is definitely the way out of both the petrodollar and the world banking system that we have established.
Did I lose you?
Can change the way we operate our world, from resource management to voting to, we could literally run our own government as people with no need for any political party or representative with the use of blockchain. We just have to develop the technology to maintain it. That's it. the structure's already in place. The basic technology's already been developed. You just have to apply that specific idea to the network. I mean, could you imagine a world where instead of waking up,
Oh, you're not talking to the microphone. I can't hear you.
we would spend 5 minutes scrolling on our phone, and we would use our registered account tied to our identity in our country to vote on the things that affect our lives every day through the blockchain? And then we no longer need government representatives to make these decisions for us? We're looking at a full-blown revolution with this shit here if applied properly.
Yeah, I would say the different altcoins could be a way out. I'm not a big fan of Bitcoin or Litecoin because they are both already in the speculator market. Like there are
Right?
big investors playing with it, but altcoins by itself are very interesting. Yeah, it could be a way out.
The way I kind of see it playing out is if it takes whatever event needs to happen, that it becomes that people are pushing to use cryptocurrency instead of, paper currencies, bank driven digital currencies, or whatever they may be.
We'd have to make it so that and you could buy any product over the counter or at your local stores, so you could purchase your groceries with
you
it.
can actually already do that. I know for a fact in the United States, the UK and Australia, I believe Canada, and maybe a few other European countries, there is a wallet app called CoinJar. And so what this does, and this is also a good way to protect your money against the volatile market. So you have like your different sections, like your cryptocurrencies and then your fiat currencies, and you can move fee free between any of these currencies, any balance that you have. Like say you have $3,000 worth of Bitcoin and you think it might fall, but you're not sure, so you dump $2,000 worth of Bitcoin into US dollars and hold 1,000 in Bitcoin. Now this app also, you can register for a debit card, and what you can do with this debit card is right there in the app. Say you have $1,000 worth of Bitcoin and you want to buy a hot dog.
It would transfer it automatically.
Move, $2 to your debit card, and it instantly applies to your debit card account, and you can swipe your card right then and there within a couple of seconds, and boom, you just paid for it to them with US money, but you used your Bitcoin to pay for it.
That's kind of cool.
So this is a way to circumvent the we don't take Bitcoin. Oh yeah, watch you.
Let's see what else anybody's saying.
Yeah, I know there would be also many people against this digital thing because you have like a lot of people in the conspiracy world. They want like tangible money, right? They think like they want to get rid of the cash money. And,
well, what's the difference of a Bitcoin being tangible money and numbers in a bank account being tangible money? Really, to me,
I would say if you have like a safe way
a
of storing
Bitcoin
it.
is more tangible than the ones and zeros in the bank computer, because anyone can go into that bank computer and delete all your money. They can just set the numbers to zero, and you wake up in the morning and you have nothing. No one can go into my Bitcoin wallet and do that to me except for me.
Yeah, I know that is true. But if you would like compare it with like tangible money, like with real cash money, like
with paper
bills.
money, yeah. See, I'm big on the paper money as opposed to the banks, because every time I put my money in the banks, something fucking happens.
Yeah, I was going to say it'd be kind of difficult with the way that even make a tangible. I remember you were telling me that those coins that they had that were supposedly Bitcoins, they were just for show. But the way that Bitcoin is like divided into so many decimals, it would be almost impossible.
So what those were is so like you buy them and you get the physical coin, but it's just like a souvenir. But like your physical coin comes with, I don't know if it came with paperwork to load the money onto your wallet, or
I remember I saw
maybe
one.
it had a chip in it that you could detect with your wallet, or what. But yeah. There
So
would
would
be
you?
no way to spend a physical coin within the network.
So what would you choose over Bitcoin? Would you choose silver coins over Bitcoin?
Gold.
Me personally, I'd probably choose Bitcoin.
I don't know if I'd go with silver, because silver is just constantly losing value. I mean, it's decreasing every day. I used to do a lot of jewelry work with silver, and back when I was buying silver, it was like $32 an ounce. That shit's like $12 an ounce right now, probably.
Yeah. I'm mentioning silver because like these precious metals, then silver would be the most logical because you just don't go to a store to buy like a loaf of bread with a piece of gold.
See, I've always found that to be primitive in our day and age at this point. Like, I mean, I can understand it back when we were more tribal and more primitive. Ooh, shiny rock, very valuable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that's true.
Oh, it's like, okay, gold, yes, it does have a value because we can use it for different things, like, you know, chips and computers and shit and conductors and various things. But
we use silver as well.
Still look at it like, ooh, shiny rock, very valuable. I buy stuff with shiny rock, like we're fucking cavemen or something. Like, I mean, look at the way people still treat diamonds. Like, you know, again, I did a lot of work with jewelry and gemstones and stuff. You know, I've dealt with diamonds, and you know, I've dealt with some pretty nice diamonds, but I've also dealt with some other stones that are just as shiny, just as pretty, and you know, they're a couple dollars as opposed to a couple fucking thousand, which is ridiculous. Okay, diamonds are hard. Wow, so let's put them on a fucking saw blade and do some shit. We've built this society of giving extreme wealth to pretty objects. I guess that's why we're in this celebrity culture. You know, we worship all these so-called valuable things, and they're not really valuable. You know, a ruby doesn't have quite a lot of use.
Money don't mean shit.
What happens?
Even like
Angie says, "What happens if the digital? What happens to the digital cash if the internet goes down?"
You lose it.
Well, if the internet goes down, the way the world's set up now, like we can still, you know, peer to peer. Like, you know, if the internet was down, it would probably be a task to pay somebody with Bitcoin in China, but you know, I could still walk up to you in person and we could connect our phones through Bluetooth and still make a transaction.
Yeah.
Well, you have to be careful with that because there's things out like we were saying something about somebody stealing pictures from your phone. There could be a S-beam exploit to steal your Bitcoin from your money.
Oh well, of course, there's tons of that, but you know, that's just like the banking industry. We have tons and tons of exploits and hacks to steal money from banking industries. It's happened all the time. I mean, there was a group of hackers that stole quite a few $1 million from the Federal Reserve, and they would have fucking gotten away with it if they hadn't gone back and tried to do it again. For literally 10 times the amount. They added another zero to their shit. And I was like, yeah, let's try this one. You know, I guess the 96 billion was just a test run, and that wasn't good enough.
There was another group that got caught. They had reloaded some prepaid gift cards and went around Central Park and done the biggest bank heist in 12 minutes. I think there was 22 people and there was over $6 million stolen.
Nice.
By reloading.
Yeah, I don't.
By reloading PayPal or
By reloading a reloadable gift card and making it look like it was an actual credit card with money on it.
Yeah, you can reprogram cards and do all kind of stuff. There's ways that you can take an empty card and make it appear that it has money on it. Like, I don't know the details of how all that shit works. I've never gotten involved in anything like that. That's just in my book asking to go to jail.
oh, carding and shit. Yeah, it's easy to trace back to who did what.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Well, you have to buy a machine to actually recode those cards, anyways. You can't just do that through your desktop.
They sell them. They're pretty easy to get. They sell them. They can fit in your audio jack. You can not only can they read, but they can also write.
A rewriter. Yeah.
So there is someone in the comments asking, what about a world with no money, free energy, self-sufficient economy based on trade instead of money?
Can we go back to skinning bears and fish?
That's actually one thing I kind of got sidetracked on. Another one I was going to mention that blockchain technology can be applied to is building trade networks and resource management.
I think this person's saying like about just trade instead of money. I mean, it'd be great in theory, but because we have so much shit out there, and we have old people that are completely dependent. I don't know.
Well, that was the old way. You just bartered like at a farmer's market, or
yeah, that's true.
Traded among yourself, and then you didn't know the government anything or sales tax or none of that crap. You know.
I guess it could be done in very small
groups.
But to do it on a grand scale, the way that our economy is right now, it'd be very difficult.
Yeah, because they're busting the Amish for making cheese and selling raw milk. It's all ridiculous.
Oh yeah, are you licensed to sell this, or are you licensed to make this product? Do you have a patent on this product? Is it sanitary for you to make this? Is it sanitary for you to sell this? Yeah. How much taxes are you paying on this? That's what's really pissing them off, is you're not paying them to sell your product.
Sebastian,
you're not paying that protection fee from the mob.
Are we Russians? Sebastian.
Yeah, someone asked if we are communism.
Well, we do have Anons in Russia, but the Russians in Russia are not communists.
No,
they're not.
They might be more. They're probably more capitalist than we are right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going the other way.
The only thing Russian about me is my hair. It's all rushing to the back.
I was actually going to say, a lot of Russians that I meet aren't even on Facebook. You find them on VK. So.
Yeah, VK.com.
Whatever it stands for, whatever the hell stands for.
A subsidiary of KGB.
Put that on your Soros check.
But essentially, the communist with no money isn't like true communism. Communism is just a redistribution of the wealth. It doesn't exactly say that there's no money within a true communist society. So
if you're fixing to say redistribution of wealth, we're there, man.
Yeah.
That's what the court system does.
Yeah. I'll never get those guys that are true. I do know one communist. He was totally anon that went communist. He didn't go fucking. I don't know. Did he go Antifa? I think you, Arm, you know the guy I'm talking about.
Who now?
Remember Penguin, the kid, the Penguin kid? Remember we saw him on the news and all that shit.
The Penguin kid.
Yeah, he was like on one of the ops, and he totally went all communist and shit.
Oh, you talking about Yuri?
No. The young kid, very young.
With one?
Yeah, he had to been in his early 20s.
Justin.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my boy.
Yeah, he was also on the news, and he had his fucking like Russian hat. He was like schooling Fox News about communism.
Dude, he schooled that guy. That guy didn't know what the fuck to say.
He had his little fucking communist hat on.
Dude, even his news anchors the next morning were like, "Damn."
Yeah, he was like all over the news.
I didn't ever think
guy.
I'd see the day where a kid schooled you on communism.
Dude, he had to have been like 22 at the max.
Oh no, I think he's like 18, man. That was actually the night before the inauguration. That was at the Deplorable protest.
Deplorable.
Yeah, man, that was.
Yeah, there were some big names at that one. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of which, did you ever see the documentary of James O'Keefe, where he was interviewing some two guys that were claiming to be with Antifa, and were planning on doing some shit before the Deplorable.
What are you talking about? Are you talking about when the plot to hit it with stink bombs was
exposed? Yeah, that was like yeah.
Oh yeah, that was legit. Yeah, that piece of shit exposed our plan and got it shut down. That would have been fucking beautiful. All those people crammed in a room, and all of a sudden it's like, who farted? Oh my god! Oh my god!
I was making popcorn. That's how you get them.
It sounded like more of like a prank.
They have no choice but to run out back into the streets where we're rioting right outside the doors.
Yeah, it was I was gonna say James O'Keefe sent all the undercover videos to the FBI.
Yeah, fuck that.
Hey, so Tyler, did we cover all the subjects now for tonight?
I think we did.
No.
Yeah, I mean,
We'll find something else.
It was like a big list of subjects. I don't know.
We had like 6-7 things. I think we can end it now. If you want, we don't have to go another hour. I don't know what to talk about.
We could trash Facebook some more. If I had a can of spray paint, I would love to spray paint Facebook.
You can go to One Hacker Way in Millennium Park.
You know, why haven't we had a rally over there yet?
I don't know, because I'm not sure if any people know that it's at One Hacker Way, Millennium Park, California. It's pretty easy. And actually,
what is that over there?
And actually, I would encourage our guests to, if you do in a Google search, you can, if you search for One Hacker Way in Millennium Park, California, you can also edit and review Facebook. And you can also suggest an edit and say it's a prison or a communist commune or thought police or whatever you guys want to do when you suggest an edit for Google searches. So.
Well, it used to be just Big Brother. Now it's Big Brother's cock. They want your picture of your private parts.
I remember when Steve Keen changed the UK. He suggested an edit to the UK fucking Ecuadorian fucking thing where Julian Assange is saying it was a prison, and sure enough, it said Google suggests that the Ecuadorian embassy is a fucking prison. Oh, that was a good one.
You're going to get a special minder over at Facebook if you keep talking like this.
You're like, oh, that was you guys?
not me, but I saw the screenshots of him like doing it, saying suggested edit to the Ecuadorian embassy, and it said it was a prison. And then it said Google says that this is a prison, must be reviewed by whatever. But I was like to laugh my ass off when a Google search said that.
Wow.
I mean, I'm pretty sure they still have it. Hold on, let me look them up real quick. Google. And go to Facebook headquarters.
I bet you they'd get some pretty good police response out there at Facebook. I mean, if they make a call, I mean, you know, cops are going to be coming from all directions, man. Come after anybody that's saying bad about Facebook.
Oh yeah, so you go to there. You
think you're going to protest.
You press suggest and edit on Facebook headquarters. I'm doing it right now. Oh, and you can change. You can suggest that their things change. You can say that it is not a corporate office. You can suggest that it is Thought Police. Hold on, Thought Police. I'm writing it down inside of the suggestions. And you just send it away to Google.
And if anything,
I think it's
time to review your review.
Well, I mean, if we have like 10,000 people doing it at the same time, it might change. It might.
I think it's very endoscopic because that's what they use to look up your rear end, right? Isn't it called an endoscope?
Yeah.
Very well. Well, there you go. That's what they do.
Uh-oh.
What is it?
Not my devices.
Like a servo motor.
The torque converter's going out on it.
You working on your T2 over there, Tyler? You got a special weapon you're working there in the back room?
No, I was playing around with the button on my phone. It just went off. But yeah, I'm kind of out of ideas for the show for tonight. Yeah, what I can do is I can just run out with the credits and we can roll out.
Very good, Tyler.
All right.
Yeah.
And then we'll be back next week. Oh wait, it's holiday weekend. Shoot.
Hey, I'll be happy to sit here and eat turkey.
So we might do a schedule change. I don't know. We'll post an update on when the next show would be. It's going to be the holiday weekend. Yeah, we will definitely do a show very soon. And thank you for all the listeners coming in and listening. And roll out with the credits.
I hereby declare this to be an unlawful assembly. I order all those assembled to immediately disperse.